All right, we ready for another edition of a beginner breakdown? All right, excellent. So we have a position on the board from the Gateway Action Tournament. Gateway is our scholastic program here in St. Louis, ran by Mr. Bauer. And so there was a lot of kids over at SLU, the college. And here it is. Here's a position from one of the games. It's black to move. You see any good moves for black in this position? Anybody have any ideas? I've been looking at it for 7 minutes now. Anybody got any ideas? Anybody? All right, knight to F1 check. Unfortunately, it looks like they'll play, I got your knight. Or do we have any follow-up?
Queen to B3, check.
Queen to B6? Or G3? All right, he's got one move. Yeah, well, actually, look at that. He's got two moves. Oh, I got your queen. Got your queen. That's why I like queen to B6 a little bit better than queen to G3. All right, so let's not just give away a knight. Let's think of something better here.
I would have done queen to F6. Wait, a move from now after the queen took the knight.
So you want to do this? And then unfortunately we're just trading pieces, and now we're down a piece. He's got two bishops and we got one knight. He's got two rooks, so. Instead of checking, what if we could threaten a check in this position? That would be kind of cool. How can we threaten a check? A discovered check, that is. Queen to D6, yep. Okay. Good. Good. And in the game, the player got so distraught that he just gave up. He's like, oh my God, there's no way I can stop what's happening. Because if you just play like a random move, like, oh, I'm going to attack your rook, what move does black play to seal the deal? It's checkmate in two moves.
What we did the first time.
No, what we did the first time, right. Knight F1, he can't go to G1 because of the other knight. So he's got to go here, and then we swoop in for the checkmate. He tried the move. Well, eventually he tried this, but it still doesn't work because he can't take the queen because it's double check and then checkmate. But what would you do in this position if you were white to have some kind of a defense to this checkmate? Yeah, you just take the knight, right? Yeah, you drop the exchange, but you know, you live to play another day, right? So. Play on. All right, so here's some other games from the old Gateway Action Tournament here. All right, here we go. So Zhongxu has the white pieces against Tanay. Let's see how it goes. All right, D4, D5. You all remember Zhongxu from the Blitz Bounty, in which I went 3-0.
What was the name of that?
But it was Martin Zhongxu He at that point. But we found out the real truth since then. So takes. Gets the knight out, protects the pawn. So bishop D2, not the most active bishop you ever saw. And Zhongxu, well, has the white pieces, so black is winning, even though, you know, his pieces aren't doing that much, but they're way more active than white's. So now we have a test. He just played knight E5. Do we want to take this and double his pawns? But that way it attacks the knight. You know, then he might try like F4. Or do we simply want to just, you know, develop another piece and put more pressure on E5? That's what Tanay chooses. So there he goes, Zhongxu defends it. Black gets castled, and now he takes bishop. Okay. So we have two choices. Excuse me. We can either take with the queen, which looks sensible, but we got this really nice battery, or we can double our pawns. Now notice with these double pawns, one, you open the B file for your rook. Vita would love that. And also, these double pawns won't be doubled very long. So let's just double our pawns, and then we can undouble them in a moment here. So knight to A4 threatens to win a pawn. Nice try. Takes, takes. Now, what should black play here? This is something that, and when we watched last week in the Stonewall, Grayson kept dropping his F pawn, but nobody took it. And here we go again. He doesn't take it. Ridiculous. And so he defends it. You know, if somebody lets you off the hook, you might as well make them pay for it. So now F6, not too good. Knight back to C3 challenges, so he's like, okay, I'll trade, whatever. Now E5. Okay, so you could have had a pawn, but now you're going to trade a pawn for a pawn. So pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. He can't take because the bishop and the rook defended it, but he gets this cool check-in. So he blocks it. So now Tanay piles on, and he's also hitting the B pawn. Notice that if white would make a random move here, right? He doesn't want to take there. Even though you can't take the queen, you could take the bishop. So he does not want to play there. So the threat is not much, but he just takes anyway and gets checked again. So king to H1. Okay. So let's see if black has a cool move here. Anybody? Let's play the most aggressive move possible. That is not a check.
Okay. Okay, you said aggressive and possible. I was like, yeah, rook.
Yeah, rook F2. And here comes Zhongxu, thinking small. He's like, oh my God, he's after my pawn. Whatever should I do? I better protect it. Oh, well, first things first. All right, I give Zhongxu a little credit. First things first, he does actually address the situation. All right, but obviously he can do that. So takes. Yeah, take with the rook. And now he's thinking, oh, I got to protect my C pawn. So now, black should put the hurt on this kid. He attempts to, obviously, but not as good as he could. You have a forced win in this position. Where does this queen want to be? Anybody? G2, right. Or H2. Doesn't matter. But yeah, it's got to get to G2. All right, it really wants to get to G2. Excellent. Queen to E3. Because he's threatening two checks here. One, queen to F3, which is covered by the queen. Or queen to E4. Check. Mate. You can't stop both, Zhongxu. No matter what you try. Right? It's just, oh man. Uh-oh. Well, maybe you could have, Zhongxu. Oh, but you dropped your rook. So yeah, there's no escape. But unfortunately, his opponent plays D4. Saying, you ain't ever gonna stop my queen to D5 check, followed by mate. Little did Zhongxu know, because he walks away, after this move. But what move can white play to live at least another move or two? Queen G1 ain't gonna cut it. Oh, 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 sad days. All right, look, it's white to move. He doesn't want to get checked on D5. What move can you play? C4, right. You might as well, right? He's like, darn, I can't check you. I gotta take your stuff and beat you anyway, but at least you get to play on, right? Let's see what Zhongxu actually played here. Looks like queen to E1. Nice try. And game over, okay? So you gotta be resilient, all right? You can't just give it up. All right, 1-0. All right, that was Tanay. Tanay actually ended up having a great tournament, and I believe he won it. So that was good. So here's another game from one of my students, Aristotle. So let's see how he plays. He plays as white, and he got off to a really good start, 2.5 out of 4. But then he got worn out. All right. So Aristotle is white. Okay. So his bishop's attacked. Okay. Let's move it. Probably not the best place to move it, but all right. Because you never, I keep telling them, you never want to go into your opponent's territory without a specific plan. Like he can easily get attacked every which way. But, you know, his opponent, not the best, I guess. Here he goes again. All right, so knight to B5. So now he's like, Mike, I got 2 guys on C7. I'm doing it, okay? So obviously his opponent should play D6. But let's see actually what his opponent plays here. All right, he tries to be a hot shot and play knight to D5. So look at how many times this knight has already moved in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 6 moves, 1 knight move. And guess what? If Aristotle was smart, what would he play here? E4. E4, right. Come on, Aristotle. But instead he plays E3. Not far enough. And then, yeah, great teacher, right. Well, here is why I am a great teacher. I told them, if they even scrape the piece, you yell touch move. Even though the kid accidentally touched his king, Aristotle was like, touch move, you touched it, you're gonna move it. Yeah, yeah. So hey,
How old are these kids?
hey, they're old enough to play some chess, okay? If you're old enough to play, you gotta play. All right, so king E7, and so bishop attacks the knight. So what do you think black's next move is? Obviously, just king back. And so bishop takes knight, removing the defender of C7 here. Can you believe black actually played a good move here? I don't. So D6, he attacks the bishop. So you could be like, oh, well, 2 of my pieces are attacked, but I can take one of yours. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work because 2 of your pieces will still be en prise. En prise means under attack, by the way, or hanging, or whatever you want to say it. Okay, so, but he should get something for it. I mean, you might as well get something, you know. But all right, he just retreats, and, you know, all right, he gets his bishop back. So white gets castled, and he's feeling good because black can't castle, so he's pretty happy. So bishop moves, A3. Probably not the best move, but whatever. All right, bishop attacks the queen. Will he see it? Yes. So he decides to pin his knight. I'd rather play bishop E7, but all right. So knight back attacks the bishop. Bishop takes, queen takes, F6. All right. So bishop retreats, G5. So he's getting a little attack going, but that's why I say a lot, never play f6 because it really weakens your light squares when your king is either on e8 or even on g8, right? So, I mean, white can obviously check here. I really hope he does. He doesn't. But obviously, you check, right? Why wouldn't you? He'll eventually do it. I got faith in him. All right, there he goes. So knight blocks. And notice queen can't take the pawn because the other queen protects it. So, but you can eat up that pawn. Good. So bishop over protects the pawn. Just take it. Queen takes. All right. So Aristotle kind of wants to break it open, but by playing f4, that might not be the way to do it. Because he's going to get a check, but he's like, that was a positional sacrifice because now I got the e file open. Let's see if it actually works. King h1 is obviously the best because then you're actually threatening rook to e1. All right, but he pins his rook. Pawn takes. So obviously he can take this because the knight is in a pin, okay? But he takes another guy. All right, so here's Aristotle's time to shine. Get a big check. Just keep checking, right? And taking stuff. All right, so Aristotle's just going to keep at it. Queen check. King up. All right, so do we have any ideas for a great move here? I had several. And I think the move I actually really wanted to play did not work. So take a good look at this one and see what's up.
Well, bishop to e5.
Yeah, bishop e5. See, that's why they say I'm a horrible teacher. You teach you guys all wrong things. Because that's actually what I would play. Or actually, that's what I analyzed at first. Because you think, wow, this is great. I'm threatening checkmate and checkmate. You know, you got no hope. But it's like, yeah, I got a lot of hope, buddy. It's like, darn it.
So rook on to e8.
Initially, I would have done e8.
Rook, yeah.
Rook e8. All right, now you're playing like Aristotle. Good job. All right, do we have anything better? But along the lines of bishop to e5.
Oh, bishop to, yeah.
Yeah, bishop h6. Can we just say game over? It's got to be. All right, we're threatening too much, okay? You got nothing. You got nothing. Because now you can't play knight e5 because it blocks the mate. And, you know. Yeah, just game over, okay? All right, but well, it's not game over because that's not what's played in the game. So rook e8 check was played. So check, knight f8. Now bishop to h6. He could throw in a check, but he doesn't even want to. It's like, you know what, just take my stuff. Now, Aristotle misses a mate in 2 here. Actually, you have 2 different mate in 2s, it looks like.
Rook takes.
Rook takes, or even queen takes, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, Aristotle, he can't. He's like, you can't give me a queen? I'll take it. You know, deal. And then I'll just take all your stuff, okay?
Did you have like a perpetual check here with a queen? Yeah.
Check. You're not going to like this. Oh. So no perpetual check, but nice try. And that's why you always got to throw in checks just to see. So the game ended. And then yeah, it's all right. Game over. So here's another game. Aristotle played, but not at the tournament, okay? Not at the tournament today. You had a big crowd watching him, so instead of going for checkmate, he just humiliated his opponent. All right, so let's check it out. So Aristotle is white. So captures. All right, big mistake. All right, so your knight is under attack. You should just eliminate the pawn, right? Instead, he plays, I'm going to attack your queen, right? But you have one piece on pre, and so with f3, now you have two pieces on pre, so you're going to lose one. So he said, all right, I'm at least going to get a pawn for it. All right. Queen takes, attacks the bishop. Bishop retreats. Bishop attacks the knight. Bishop takes pawn. So okay, he takes. Queen to e3. Now, what other check do we have besides e3 that just makes the computer go wild? Like he's so excited about this move. No, he's not crazy about a4. Yeah. Bishop to b5. Check. And now, oh, I blocked you. And it's like, I'll take you. And you're like, oh my God. And then it's like, check. Yeah, now I got a queen. And you want to promote to a queen, all right? That's good. All right, and now you got your queen back, and you're doing great. All right, but Aristotle, you know, that's a little tough. So queen to e3 check. Bishop blocks. Now bishop to b5 check. c6 takes. Queen to a5. Really doesn't get the job done, right? Because now we got the same thing. Pawn takes check. King over. Let's get ourselves another queen. Obviously, an upside-down pawn suffices. And king, not in a tournament game, but in a fun game. And let's see how many mates this guy can miss. All right, so first things first, he takes the rook. What else should we take with check? Bishop. Let's see if we can get mate here. Does the king even have a move? All right, he's got one lousy move.
And then queen to c6, mate.
All right, queen to c6 is mate. Can we shout out like all the mates? Knight to d5 is not a checkmate because you remove the defender of the bishop. How about that, please? That's why we got to use this computer, because it says when it's mate. That might be, and this looks pretty like mate. All right, so he misses 3 different mates, all for a precious rook. Okay. Yeah, I'm his teacher. Okay, so all right, I'll take all the criticism. This is really a criticism on me. Queen there. But, you know, sometimes it's more fun just to humiliate people than to checkmate, right? So check, always, yeah, always. And now the kid's feeling good because, hey, I got your bishop. All right. Well, good job, okay? Good job, okay? You got checked. All right, he knows not to move into the corner. That was smart, all right? So he's making a run for it. So check. All right, another check. Oh, so close to mate. Oh. Check. Check. Got your bishop. Got your bishop. And now he's like, yep, I got all your pieces. Just give up. Well, unfortunately, this is not a stalemate because he can pawns the move, but he doesn't want to play this f5 or else that will be checkmate. All right, but you know, you missed a lot of mates, and but you know, he had a lot of fun that day, huh? All right. So let's see another position from this Gateway Action Tournament. So Jonathan Gollapudi was playing black. He was one of the favorites going into this tournament. First round playing one of my former students, Jonathan Lake. He likes to just bang the pieces and play really fast, okay? That was the extent of our lessons, okay? Just play really fast and get them, okay? Notice white is down, no regard for pawns, no regard. It's like, I hate pawns. And my rook, I don't, who needs that? Who needs a rook on A1, you know? Okay, so he's playing fast, and Jonathan at this point is probably just thinking, you know, it's round one, this guy, chump. So white bangs out, well, not A4. He bangs out, as requested before, A4. He bangs out knight F5. It's good to move our pieces and make attacks rather than just side pawn. All right, so, and Jonathan's like, psh, you are bad. There's another part. Oh, yeah. All right. So you guys see it? I guess everybody sees it by that reaction. Checkmate. And that's how one of the best kids in the tournament goes down. Not my student, by the way. All right. So I saw all these guys having so much fun at the tournament. I was like, I'm taking on anybody. All right, so I'm going to take on Aristotle's dad. So if you think Aristotle isn't the best, just wait till you meet his dad. Yeah. All right, so I had the black pieces. All right, so E4, C5, D3, knight up. And now he makes the first blunder of the game, okay? Who would have guessed? Now he decides, oh, I meant to move my pawn twice. Well, it's a little late for that because I've got two defenders, so I take, so C3. So this kind of is a variation of the Sicilian called the Smith-Morra Gambit, but obviously I have an extra tempo. But honestly, I don't really like my knight on C6 here. So notice that even though I'm playing a player that's, you know, way below my level, as we'll see, you know, I don't need to going for like a little attack right away, like knight to B4, knight up. I'm just going to get my pieces off the back row and just develop normally, okay? I'm not trying to be a superhero or anything.
That sounds like more fun.
Yeah. Well, the most fun you can have in chess is when you win. So it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you win. The humiliation, everything like that, it means nothing if you don't get the W, right? Or the V, or however you call it. All right, so queen C7, he was attacking my pawn twice, so I attack it. And notice, queen attacks the bishop. So sometimes, as I say, it's better to be lucky than good. He plays the move queen E2, protecting his bishop. I was like, wow, this guy might not be that bad. But I knew. All right. So now I get double the attackers on the C file. So E5, you know, everybody wants to just attack, right? So first you should be castled and have all your pieces in play, because this E5 is just gonna lose. Knight takes. Now I got two attackers on here, and there's just no escape. And now I could just take it, and easy. So he decides to make his king a warrior, which I don't really blame him, but he's got to get off of this E file. So B5, play a little hope chess, hoping I can play B4 and then win. Rook attacks the bishop. So this guy played in his first tournament a couple of weeks ago in the Friday Action Quads, and his opponent, Dr. Morris, doubled up on the D file and checkmated him. So he's like, you know, it worked for that guy against me. It's going to work here. So not a bad idea, actually. B4. So he really doesn't care about his knight. He just wants to checkmate me on D8, which really isn't even checkmate. But all right, we'll let him have his little pipe dream, okay? Here we go. All right, so he's attacking my bishop. But I'm like, I don't care. I'm attacking your bishop. Check. And now I'm like, all your little hopes, all your little dreams, they're done, okay? You're done. So what move do I make to just make him like, oh man, I was gonna checkmate you. It's like, nope, you never were, never will. What move do I play here?
Bishop to B, or sorry.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
B5,
B5.
B5, right? This would be bishop to B4.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like really happy.
Bishop to B.
Yeah, bishop B5. So I pinned the rook to the king, and then he moves. And then he's like, if I take your rook, or if I take your bishop, you're gonna backward checkmate me, but nothing I can really do, so, all right. So when you know there's a bad move on the board, just don't play it, all right? All right, so now I played one of my other students today who actually scored 4 and 2 and is our best bet, okay? So I hope you're not cheering for my school this year in the state chess championship. But, you know, you never know. Here's our hope. So let's see how she plays. All right, D4, solid. C5, she protects it. I take. So she gets her bishop out, get my knight out. She gets her knight out. Bishop pins the knight. She breaks the pin. So E6. She gets castled. So far, so good for Chloe, you know. She's got 3 of her pieces out. She's only moved each of them once, and she got castled. Excellent. So I keep developing. And here's where she goes wrong. What would be a better move for white in this position than to play bishop to E5? Develop the knight, right? Like, why don't you want your knight to play? There, you know. Even if you want to move your bishop, pin the knight. By playing there, you can let me take, but I'm not going to take. Or you can just let me, you know, develop a bishop. Queen takes. So now she plays the move that makes me think she might have a little bit of hope here. So black has a threat in this position. If you play the genius A4 here, what move would black play to get an advantage? It is a tactic. So I have 2 pieces attacking something, correct? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so we're in agreement. I have two pieces attacking something. And that something is the D pawn. The D pawn is currently protected by a knight and a queen. If only I could remove one of those by taking it. Free pawn. Okay? And you're like, oh, pawn, oh. No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay? So miraculously, she sees it. C3. Good. And so I can't resist seeing if she is any type of player, so I threaten checkmate. I would never play that in a real game. This was not even rated, but I just wanted to see if she could see simple checkmates. And she does, so that's good. So I get castled, queen up. Once again, you know, why don't you get your knight doing something? But all right, so queen up. The computer somehow really likes this move. Well, I guess maybe she wants to go to B5, so I play A6. All right, whatever. So C4, not a fan. So if I'm not a fan of it, what do you think I do? Because I forget. Do you think I want to take it? The answer is yes, because the queen is now under attack, and you got an isolated pawn. So here you go. Can you play better than me in this position? Because I totally miss it. And keep in mind, this is why you got to develop all your pieces. Get the rooks connected. this knight is just sitting there on b1, you know, making this rook totally useless. Like, I want to play the game. It's like, nope.
Knight to e5? Yeah.
Knight to b4?
Yes.
Or you want to play knight to e5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So knight to b4 is the move. No, I don't see it. So now, when the queen moves, yeah, right. Got your stuff. Okay. So, all right, but I'm like, I got better things to do. I want to get my rook on the same file as the queen, the pawn, and do a lot of fun stuff. So obviously you got to just jump your knight up here. All right, so d5, and now I got a lot of tricks. So my first trick is double attack the queen and bishop. So queen moves. So check, take, and now pawn takes. Now I got a passed pawn. And then when she takes, it's pretty much bad news. Take what with the bishop? Pawn. Yeah, take pawn. And now I'm threatening checkmate and the queen. So unfortunately, Chloe kind of messes up here. You know, it's tough for kids to concentrate for, 16, 17 moves. What move should Chloe make here to give her some kind of hope? Yeah, queen g2. I mean, you're still doing really bad, but at least you're playing the game. She obviously takes my bishop. I take. But I even said, hey, Chloe, why don't you just give up? You got no hope. Yeah. Well, I'll never let him take a move back. But no, she's like, I'll keep playing. And so she plays rook to e1, hoping that I play rook to c2, threatening checkmate, because then what would she play to end the game and humiliate me? Yeah, so you never really want to give up, and especially when back row checkmate is still in play. So obviously I don't play that. I play g5, and the game just gets ugly from there. Take. Now, can you play as good as me here? We got mate in 2, so don't talk until you know you got mate in 2.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, you can't talk.
I think I know, but I don't know.
So the answer is not a5. I'll give you that one. Or even pawn takes h4.
Okay, I'm not.
He's out. All right, we got one out. We got mate in 2. Queen to b6 check does not get the job done. Cover the board. I'll tell you. I'm not gonna take my hand off the piece, because he does not have to go to f1, right? He can go to h1. Not good enough. I want mate in 2. I'm a busy man, okay?
What queen to c3 then?
Impossible. Queen to c6? C6, you're getting better. No, I'm not going to go there. I'll go, well, all right, well, I'll attack your rook. It's still mate? There?
No.
All right, good job, mate in 2, good. Just for fun, he played a4, okay? And then game over, all right? All right, there it is. And then, it's a lot of fun playing some chess and getting some good results. So hopefully my team will do good at the state chess championship. All right. Good night, everybody.